It's Wednesday, January 21st, 2009. I'm Dan Cash, and this is 590 KZO News on the Web. Lamar Ayers of Kalamazoo is headed to a federal prison for the next 7 years after pleading guilty to charges related to a 2007 hostage incident. Ayers was sentenced yesterday and will also serve 3 years of supervised release after his release from prison. Quentin Duckett of Portage also pled guilty to charges in the crime, which happened near Western Michigan University. Police say Duckett, Ayers, and a third suspect forced their way into a home and held the residents hostage. In all, 7 people were convicted of various charges in connection with the incident. Bruce Parker was sentenced to 21 to 50 years in prison. Servon Palomore was sentenced to 19 to 50 years in prison. Johnny Lewis was sentenced to up to 30 years in prison, and Keith Roseman was sentenced to 4 years. Public safety investigators in Kalamazoo are calling a house fire Tuesday afternoon suspicious. Crews were called to the 700 block of Portage Road, arriving to find smoke and flames shooting out of a second-floor apartment. Officers have not said yet how they believe the fire may have started. They're asking anyone with information to call the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety or Silent Observer. A Kalamazoo felon who tried to steal a man's eyeglasses will face a list of charges as soon as his bullet wound heals. 35-year-old Roy Pretty Holmes was shot by police after a botched robbery Saturday outside a Grand Rapids liquor store. Officers happened to be nearby and chased Holmes off, pinning him behind a dumpster. Holmes pointed the shotgun at them and was shot. He's listed in stable condition. The plan is to charge him with attempted murder and armed robbery, several gun felonies, and to try him as a habitual offender. The 2 officers are on paid leave pending a routine shooting review. Police aren't saying what his motive was, but a Sturgis man was arrested after he cut up an SUV with a chainsaw in the driveway of the home in the 59,000 block of Long Lake Road Monday. They're calling it a domestic disturbance after he'd taken the chainsaw to the vehicle. State police say he doused it with gas and set it on fire. He then left before police arrived. He was picked up nearby, and a canine led them to evidence connecting him to the bizarre arson. They're still sorting out the charges. It's Barack Obama's first full day as president, and his to-do list is a long one. CBS News' Bill Plant has that story.
That the bank crisis isn't over drove the market down over 300 points on Inauguration Day. And one of the first items on Mr. Obama's agenda is a meeting with his Economic Council. One key member of the cabinet, Secretary of State designate Hillary Clinton, is likely to be confirmed today, but there will be tough questions for Timothy Geithner, the president's choice for Treasury Secretary. After Clinton is confirmed, look for the announcement of former Senator George Mitchell, who brokered the Northern Ireland Peace Accord, as special envoy to the Middle East. In the afternoon, President Obama meets with his national security staff and top Pentagon officials, a meeting in which they expect to learn how quickly the new commander-in-chief wants to pull troops out of Iraq and beef up U.S. forces in Afghanistan.
Obama spent Tuesday night attending several inaugural balls. And that's the latest from the 590 KZO Newsroom. I'm Dan Cash.